end of a deal. So, with great pride, I am introducing Dr. John Hanley. He's one of our consultant haematologists at the RBI.
It's fantastic to be here with you lot. I don't know, was anyone here at the rally in 2016? So I spoke at that rally. I was Director of Medical Education at Newcastle Trust at the time. So I remember the Chief Executive telling me that I shouldn't be sharing a platform with a Labour MP. Anyway, there are no Labour MPs here today, so I'm sure it's fine. The other person who spoke that day was Clive Pedell. Do you know Clive? He's an oncologist at James Cook. And he's been a massive campaigner for the NHS over the years. And I'm sure he's speaking up for the junior doctors. And he gave this fantastic speech without notes. And I thought, God, I wish I could do that. Anyway, it's 2023 and I've still got notes. So, it's a privilege to speak here today and share a platform with junior doctors. This strike is very different to 2016. Ultimately, there was a poor outcome of that strike. But the experience made those involved realise that working together in a cohesive trade union can be very effective. You lot were politicised. This strike has been very successful, partly because there was a massively strong mandate, and also the strike itself has been extremely well organised. And I take my hat off to the junior doctors who have organised the strike and today's rally. Thank you. In 2016, who can remember who was Health Secretary in 2016? Jeremy Hunt. Do you remember all the horrible things he said about junior doctors in 2016? But then, something funny happened to Jeremy Hunt. He became chair of the Health Select Committee, and he seemed to wake up to how important NHS staff are. He seemed to wake up to the impact of years of austerity and underfunding. He seemed to be concerned about NHS staff. He even wrote articles in the newspapers about it. He even wrote a book about it. He said, workforce burnout across the NHS and care systems now presents an extraordinarily dangerous risk to the future functioning of both services. That was Jeremy Hunt, worried about us burning out. What does he do? Him and his government, they demonise the vulnerable and the poor, and they keep wages down. As Martin was saying, these are political choices, and the refusal to enter meaningful negotiations with junior doctors is another political choice. Jeremy Hunt is delivering a budget today. He needs to start listening to the people. Funding the NHS is the people's priority. He might be a bit busy at the moment. Junior doctors are not even asking for a pay rise. They are simply demanding pay restoration, going back to a similar level to pay that junior doctors had in 2008. Do you remember 2008? It was the year Lewis Hamilton won the Formula 1 World Championship for the first time. Kevin Keegan came back to be manager of Newcastle United for the second time. Sex on Fire by the Kings of Leon was #1. Yeah, I can't remember 2008 either. I've got a very good friend called Ben Besker. Do you know him? Yes! Is Ben here? Anyway, He summed it up in a recent tweet. The implication is that consultants are the ones that should be paid a lot because they're the ones with the experience. And junior doctors who are just finding their feet don't deserve a decent wage. So, let's tell the media and government what junior doctors do. The F1, who's called to see a post-op patient at 2 a.m, who's dropped his blood pressure and needs sorting out. Is it hypovolemia or cardiogenic shock? Jeremy, why don't you come and sort it out? The F2, who calmly admits patient after patient in assessment suite and goes home physically and mentally exhausted at the end of the shift. The obstetric registrar, who performs an emergency cesarean section to get the baby out safely and save the mother's life. The renal registrar, who sorts out life-saving urgent dialysis. The neurosurgical registrar, who drills the burr hole to stop irreversible brain damage. The GP trainee, who spots the suicidal teenager and intervenes to prevent tragedy. The palliative care registrar, who delivers compassionate end-of-life care. The psychiatry registrar, who recognises the subtle signs of depression in a colleague and intervenes to prevent burnout. The haematology registrar, who does the bone marrow to work out what kind of leukemia you've got and starts urgent treatment to save your life. I'm nearly finished.
Come on, John, you're doing a great job!
I could go on with that list. You know what junior doctors do. That message needs to go out loud and clear. This is what junior doctors do, and you deserve to be able to do those important jobs without the worry of how you're going to pay the bills. See this sign here. This sign has been photographed with consultants at Newcastle hospitals. You may have seen it on social media. It turns out it turns out there are actually two types of consultants. Those who are happy to declare their support for the junior doctors in public, and those who are not. To those who are not, we should ask the question, what exactly are you scared of? Some are scared that their career might be adversely affected. Well, I think this rally would say to them, wake up and smell the coffee. If we don't speak up to protect the NHS, you won't have an NHS to have a career in. So, I say to all of my fellow consultants, follow the brave lead of the junior doctors. Speak up for the juniors and all NHS staff. Don't be intimidated and do the right thing. I'm going to finish now. I'll see many of you at work tomorrow. We've missed you. And 3 days in the hospital without junior doctors has shown exactly why you are so important. I'll finish with a final message to Jeremy Hunt and Rishi Sunak. The doctors are organised. The doctors are angry. Pay junior doctors a decent wage and fund the NHS properly. Thank you.